Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, the location for the Spurs. The talented scorer Devin Vassell. They're expecting him to be an important piece tonight as they get ready for tip-off at United Center. Spurs, Bulls is next. Back in just a moment. Happy Monday, everyone. This evening, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And a look at the injury situation. 2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to overcome.
2 injuries, one of their stars out. It's all about how you respond to adversity.
Now the starting group for San Antonio. Castle at the 2 with Vassell at the 3. Luke Cornett out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Fox in at the 1 spot. And for the Bulls, Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Jalen Smith is out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Herder in at the 3, the small forward. There's always going to be player movement in the offseason. I have to imagine some of those guys are still meshing with their new team, Grant.
Well, it depends on the player, B.A. With young guys, it can take more time to adapt. But for the veterans, they know what their game is about by this point.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Chicago. With the drive, always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
Well, to me, White is at his best going downhill in attack mode.
Now Vassell pulls it. Here's Cornett. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Now here's Giddey. And just about a minute into this first quarter. Herder from long range. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, this is what Herder is out there to do. Stretch that defense.
Fox outside. Kicks it out to Barnes. Off the mark there with a 3.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Outside Giddey. Smith with a screen on Vassell. Here's Giddey. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, Giddey takes the hit and still finishes inside.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Back to Fox. This one for 3. Giddey with a defensive effort.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
Just 5 on the clock. Oh, Fox with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Castle for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Castle outside. Back to Fox. Cornett sets a screen. Will it go? Left side Barnes. It's Barnes on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Cornett sets a screen. Second chance shot. And at last, they get one to fall. Cornett's gotten his second bucket on the night.
And he's just beating them to the punch on the boards right now. I mean, he's making a real big statement.
Well, that'll make his coaching staff smile, showing them his impact from the get-go.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Stan, this Chicago front office embracing a more patient approach in building with younger players.
Yeah, B.A., and admitting that in recent years they may have skipped steps trying to leap into the playoff picture. So now a change of course is taking place.
Now here's Herder. 11 points for him last game against the Cavs in Cleveland. Pass to Smith. 4-3. Rebound by San Antonio. They're fresh off a win against the Pelicans.
Great offensive game plan in that one. They put their guys in positions to succeed, and it really paid off.
And that was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Herder. Vassell with the rebound.
And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Cornette with the bucket. Cornette's got 6 points.
Well, this is something they're asking of Vassell. He's a smart guy, and he can facilitate for you.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. To the middle. And there's Smith. That one's good on the assist from Giddey.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
San Antonio with the ball. They trail by 7 and going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year. Fox outside. Cornette at the post. Working on Vucevic. Cornette passes to Fox. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. When you watch De'Aaron Fox, is there anything that sticks out to you, Grant?
Well, B.A., this league has the best athletes in the world, and Fox looks like maybe the quickest guy out there on most nights. His change of direction is especially elite.
Free throw's good for Fox. Well, with De'Aaron Fox, he may go through peaks and valleys, but he's always dangerous, Stan.
Yeah, B.A., sometimes you watch and think, this defense is doing a great job against him. And then he'll drop 15 and a quarter without even breaking a sweat.
And both free throws good for Fox.
An elite scorer who gets it done from everywhere. Fox is also one of the fastest players in the league.
Castle against White. Vucevic, a screen on Fox. Pass to Vucevic from deep. Barnes with the rebound. Spurs trail by 5. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. Coach said they need to stop Fox from dribble driving as he can dismantle a defense if he gets inside. He told me the problem with Fox is he's just so fast. You can't slow him down with just one guy. So Coach wants his help defenders alert and within range to help when needed. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. San Antonio with the ball. The Bulls making their last shot. Pass to Vassell. Here's Barnes, covered by Smith, and the shot goes.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Chicago leading by 5. And here's Herder. Back to Giddey. Uses the glass on the layup. Giddey's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, don't forget now, Giddey possesses considerable height at his position, which makes him a threat to score down low.
And here's Fox. He played a great game against New Orleans. Pass to Castle. Here's Vassell. Now here's Cornette, covered by Vucevic. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. All right, now that we have a second, let's take a look at which teams cashed in on the fast break last year. In third, the Bulls.
You know, it really made for some exciting games the way this team ran the floor, always maintaining impressive energy in transition.
For Chicago, Buzelis comes in for Herder, and Ayo Dosunmu subbed in for Giddey. For Chicago, they've got 8 out of 12 shots to fall. White looking it over. To the wing, right side. Here's Vucevic. Rebound by San Antonio.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
For 3, Vassell. Smith with the rebound. Bulls leading by 7. Here's Buzelis. To the right side. Fires the 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
To the inside. Ooh, it's stolen. And now the Bulls in transition. Stolen by Vassell. Back come the Spurs in transition. Here's Fox. And Fox powers it home.
Well, if Fox gets within touching distance of the rim, he's not taking any chances.
Chicago has gone 1 of 4 from deep. White against Fox. White with it. 14 points for him last game against the Cavs in Cleveland.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
Pass to Barnes. To the paint. Here's Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Barnes. Smith outside. Chicago passing it around. Vucevic in the post. He's covered by Fox. 2 points. That one goes.
2 physical points from Vucevic. He enjoys bumping down low.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. For Chicago, Collins, he's checked in for Vucevic. Okoro comes in for Smith. And it's Trey Jones in for White. Sohan's checked in for San Antonio. Johnson comes in for Castle. Spurs trail by 7. Now Johnson. And in that win against the Pelicans, he was a major factor as well. Cornette sets a screen. Clock at 6. Here's Sohan. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. That's on Trey Jones. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up, and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Buzelis. Sohan with some nice D. And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 4-point game. Vassell passes to Sohan. Shoots over Collins. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Chicago's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Pass to Okoro. Fires from deep. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Spurs trail by 7. Outside Johnson. Back to Fox. Vassell outside. Cornette sets a screen. Vassell passes to Cornette, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Here's Jones. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Pass to Buzelis. The 3-ball. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Sohan, the pass to Vassell. Now Cornette. Sohan outside. To the inside. Cornette with the bucket. Cornette's got 10 points in the game.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Jones feels it out. Pass to Dosunmu. Collins a screen. Dosunmu, the pass to Okoro. Clock at 4. Goes up on the baseline. Dosunmu can't hit.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Out to Fox from outside the arc. The offensive rebound. The shot off that time. Pass to Jones. Back to Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And that does it for the first quarter. Chicago ahead. They lead by 5. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
And here are the Bulls now, leading by 5. Josh Giddey out there with Dosunmu. Then there's Zach Collins. Then there's Okoro. And it's Buzelis in at the 4. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. And Okoro gets it to go.
Well, look, he's got range. You can't give him any space out there.
Here's Harper. Right wing. Sohan, right side. 5 on the clock. Pass to Harper. Knocks down the long J. Harper's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Bulls leading by 5. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Dosunmu, the pass to Collins. Now here's Giddey. The 3 from Okoro. It's rebounded by Biyombo.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Down low. Sohan. Boom! He jams it straight down.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Now here's Dosunmu, covered by Johnson. Dosunmu, left side. 4-3. Rebound by San Antonio. One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go.
Here's Sohan. Off target with a jump hook.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look. Just couldn't finish.
Giddey passes to Okoro. Gets a hand on it. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
And just an outstanding rebounder at his position. Giddey uses his height well to track down rebounds.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, And Giddy just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Looking at who's out there now for San Antonio. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Biyombo. Castle comes in for Waters. And De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Harper. Sohan outside. Fox, the pass to Sohan. Pass to Barnes. Spurs need to get one up here. Johnson for three. Collins with the rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. 6-point game. Dosunmu outside. Stolen by Castle. Here we go. One-on-one. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, Castle got out in transition and ends up getting trusted with finishing the fast break, which he does.
Here's Dosunmu. 11 points for him last game against the Cavs in Cleveland. Collins outside. Pass to Giddey. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Stan, when you look at Josh Giddey's game, how would you best describe it?
Well, B.A., he's a triple-double threat. Taller playmaker, sees the floor well, can rebound. I love his versatility.
And the Bulls making a change here. Vucevic is checked in. That free throw good from Giddey. Well, the Bulls traded away DeRozan, Levine, Caruso. But, Grant, despite all that, they finished with an identical record last season.
They did. I mean, they finished the season strong, 17-10 after the All-Star break. Their young backcourt of Giddey and White showing some real promise.
The defense getting overly physical with Fox, but he makes them pay, earning the and one opportunity.
As someone who helped make the game what it is today, what do you think of the modern NBA, Stan?
Well, look, B.A., skill level has never been higher. These players are the best that have ever played the game. We got more guys on the floor who can shoot the ball, more guys who can handle and pass. So the game is at its height. There is always going to be things that can be improved, but we've got to really appreciate what we're seeing in today's players.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, well, the Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back to you guys.
They'll get there. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. And he knocks down the first one. Coach, after making the playoffs 22 consecutive years up through 2019, the San Antonio Spurs have not been back to that stage since.
Well, every franchise, even storied ones like the Spurs, go through transitional periods. Fortunately for them, they have a lot of young talent and should be back in the playoffs sooner rather than later.
Fox, the pass to Cornette. Johnson on the wing, guarded by Okoro. Here's Fox. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Look at the space created. Fox had him guessing with that move.
This will be a sports shot at the line here in this one.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Pass to Giddey. Six on the shot clock. Back to Dosunmu. The three from Okoro. Rebounded by Castle.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
That evens the score. Fox has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Pure confidence. The moment the ball hits Fox's hands, he's letting it fly.
Chicago has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Vucevic, a screen on Castle. Here's Dosunmu, drives to the hoop.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Pass to Cornet. Back to Castle. Kicks it out to Barnes. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Inside, here's Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Yeah, just powerful stuff from Vucevic.
Spurs trail by 4. Fox outside. Outside Johnson. Cornet with it. Working on Vucevic. Fox makes his move inside and scores.
Well, I like what we've seen from Fox tonight. Calling his own number, providing a serious scoring punch.
Pass to Vucevic. Five to shoot. Some solid defense from Cornet. San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. And Fox powers it home.
And this is Fox at his best, slamming his foot on the gas pedal and scoring with confidence.
And it's Giddey with the ball for the Bulls. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on De'Aaron Fox.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good from Giddey.
Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. He's seeking contact and working himself to the line.
For Chicago, Smith, he's checked in for Buzelis. Herter comes in for Okoro. And it's Kobe White in for Dosunmu. Devin Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Spurs trail by 3. Castle outside. Back to Fox. And here's Vassell from the arc. Finally gets one to go. That makes him 1 for 5 in this game.
Well, this is Vassell's game. He can do that all day.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Buzelis is checked in for Chicago. And while we have a break, here were some of the top free throw shooters in the game last season. 4th, Kobe White.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
The Bulls have gotten 6 of their 12 attempts to go since the end of the first. Pass to Buzelis. Chicago passing it around. Vucevic in the post. Working on Cornet. Vucevic's shot is off.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And here's Vassell from the arc. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Fox against White. Pass to Smith. Here's Buzelis. Takes the 3. Nails it. And he's 1 for 5 with that one.
I think it's great to see that kind of confidence in a young guy like Buzelis.
So it's San Antonio now. Castle outside. Back to Fox. Now here's Vassell. Cornet sets a screen. And stolen by Herder. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. White with it. Fox picks him up. Pass to Buzelis. Gets it to go. His second make in 6 tries.
Oh, nice touch on the inside play by Buzelis, adjusting from close range.
Vassell outside. White against Fox. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Fox has got 19 points.
Looks like he's getting warmed up. Much better efficiency here in the second quarter.
And here are the Bulls now. Now here's White. He's got 6. It's Vucevic, high post. Smith outside. For 3. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Smith's got 5 points.
Well, hey, Smith has this kind of range, which is why you got to at least honor his shot.
Spurs trail by 3. Fox outside. To the middle. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Vucevic in the post. Cornet defending. White against Fox. Vassell outside. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Herder against Fox. Shot from the wing. Herder can't hit.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Jones, he's checked in for Buzelis. Chicago has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. On the wing, Jones. He's covered by Fox. Pass to Vucevic. Now Herder. White for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. 9 points in the game.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
On the wing, Fox. Three-pointer. And it's Chicago with a board. Smith's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Vucevic. Now White. Back to Vucevic. Rebound by San Antonio. Cornet's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. For 3, Vassell. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. Vassell's got 9 points in the quarter.
That's his third three-pointer now after not getting any in the opening period.
Chicago has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. The kick out to White. Pass to Herder. Out left to the wing. Vucevic, the pass to Herder. Shot clock at 6. Chicago passing it around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's De'Aaron Fox making highlights for San Antonio. Scoring, passing, imposing his will at the offensive end. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
It usually takes some time for rookies to adjust, I'm telling you, man. But this group is playing like they've already been here for a while.
Preparation, Kenny. These guys got some good coaching before they arrived.
Now let's take a look at this San Antonio Spurs game, which has been very competitive.
This is where your ball movement really helps you. Against this defense, you cannot afford to just be stagnant.
Kenny, that's a good game plan.
That's it, Shaq? That's your full analysis?
Okay, good game plan, Kenneth.
Okay, then. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, it's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And on the floor for Mitch Johnson starting the second half. At the forward slots, it's Vassell and Barnes. Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. And it's Cornette in at the center position. White for 3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
San Antonio trailing here. Well, Coach, when you think about the NBA's steadiest contributors, Kobe White deserves a mention.
He sure does, B.A. Players like Kobe White are the foundational pieces that every team needs. He makes smart plays, and he's so consistent. You almost take it for granted.
Fox. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. White can't hit. Well, San Antonio's shooting pretty well at 45%. Pass to Barnes. Now Vassell. Barnes with a screen on Herder. Vassell with it. Now Herder defending. Vassell can't get it to go. And the Bulls shooting a nice 50% for the game. Here's Giddey. And the 10-footer finds the target. Now it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
Well, this is why Giddey's teammates encourage him to look for his shot. They know he can do damage from these in-between spots.
Cornette sets a screen. Fires for 3. They get the rebound. Out to Fox. Goes up again. Cornette with the bucket. Cornette's got 16 points now.
Yeah, and they're able to get their first bucket of the second half after 4 straight misses.
Vucevic, a screen on Fox. Giddey passes to Vucevic. It's deflected. Back come the Spurs in transition. And that's a foul. Called on Kevin Herder. That's his first foul of the game. Pass to Vassell. Back to Castle. And here's Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Vassell. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 8 rebounds in the game. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Pass to Vucevic. Now Herder. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed. He's got 5.
Obviously, Herder's focus offensively is on the outside, but his touch translates into the paint as well.
San Antonio with the ball. Trailing by 4. Castle outside. Fox finds Castle. Outside Barnes. Deflects the pass. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. Taking a look back at last season, the team leaders in rebounding. In third, the Bulls.
And they, of course, have a style of play that is all about physicality. I mean, they love to embrace the contact out on the court, but the possession game for them is always pivotal.
Pass to Fox. And a miss there on the triple. Chicago leading by 4. It's Herder on the wing. He's guarded by Vassell. Smith passes to Herder. Chicago passing it around. The floater. And it's Giddey missing. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. So far, he's made all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And looking at Fox, a microwave scorer and Tasmanian devil running up and down the floor. A fun player to watch.
Spurs trail by 3. Castle finds Fox. And he converts the layup. Fox has got 22.
Right there, Fox using his length to do damage inside.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. The Bulls have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox is trying to dial in as a lockdown defender, and he said, I want to be that type of guy. Go out there, guard people, and be someone that people don't want to put into action because you blow actions up. And then, at the end of the day, still being able to get to work on offense. Brian, back to you.
You'd love that mentality. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And for all the optimism, Grant, the Spurs having to navigate some tough seas with health challenges.
Yeah, the legendary Greg Popovich moving to a front office role. Then Wemby suffering a blood clot too. Some trying times, but this team's foundation of togetherness has helped.
That's good from Smith.
Well, Jalen Smith is a modern big. He can protect the rim, guard the perimeter, and offensively shown the ability to be both a rim runner and a spot-up shooter.
And he can't hit the second. And the Bulls, with 1 playoff game win in the last 8 seasons, the lowest total over any 8-year stretch in franchise history, Stan.
Well, yeah, they've hovered around 500 for the last 4 seasons and been really competitive. But the problem is you can get stuck in that middle. Now, going young, can they find a path back to relevance?
Smith inside, working on Barnes. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
The 3, Vassell, and it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Registering 3 threes in the first half, he hasn't hit one since.
Barnes against Herder. Pass to Castle. Six to shoot. Cornette sets a screen. Back to Barnes. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Bulls. And here's Giddey. 13 points in the game. And that one good. Giddey's got 15.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
San Antonio trailing here. Castle outside. Back to Fox. Pass to Barnes. Giddy against Fox. Hey, hangs in midair and converts the double clutch layup. Fox has got 27.
Whether it's with his scoring or passing, Fox generates a lot of offense out of the pick and roll.
For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Barnes comes with a double team. For 3, Smith. The shot's good on the assist by Giddy. Giddy's got 5 assists in the game. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Three-pointer, Fox. Chicago with a rebound. Smith's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. White against Castle. Cuts off the pass. Vassell outside, down low. Here's Barnes. Soft touch off the glass.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Chicago has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. White with a screen on Fox. Outside Herter. Inside. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
I like when they involve Smith in these pick and rolls because he's agile and good at knowing where to go.
It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Good idea to call timeout. It looked like the guys were getting some heavy legs out there.
Some changes for Chicago. Ellis is checked in for Smith. Okoro comes in for Herter. And it's Dosunmu in for White. And San Antonio with a change here too. Johnson's checked in. Pass to Castle. Here's Cornette. And here's Johnson. Shot clock at 6. He takes it in. Here's Vassell. And it's Chicago with a board. Ellis has got 4 rebounds now. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddy. Giddy's got 6 assists in the game. Spurs trail by 4. Castle with it. Pass to Barnes. Cornette sets a screen. Barnes passes to Cornette. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
Now, I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. For Chicago, they've gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in the third. Now Okoro. He's guarded by Vassell. Pass to Dosunmu. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Ellis. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 2-point game. Castle misses. Chicago has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. And that one's good. Dosunmu's got 6.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
The Spurs shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Outside Barnes. Cornette sets a screen. Castle on the wing. Over Giddy. Castle misses. Chicago leading by 4. Here's Ellis. Barnes with the rebound. Barnes has got his 5th rebound in this one. It's Vassell with the drive. And he dunks it down.
That time, Vassell looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
The Bulls have gone 8 of 15 in the third quarter. And it's been an interesting ride of late for Keldon Johnson. Stan being asked to take on a number of different roles.
Well, B.A., some guys would struggle seeing their spot in the rotation and their minutes change. But Johnson takes it all in stride and puts the team first.
For Chicago, Collins, he's checked in for Vucevic, and it's Jones in for Giddey. San Antonio also making some changes. Minix checked in for Fournette. Sohan comes in for Barnes, and it's Harper in for Castle. Harper passes to Vassell. Now here's Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Sohan. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. He has 7.
They're using his size well and putting some muscle behind his blade. That's how Sohan gets to his shot inside.
Here's Buzelis. Okoro on the wing. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Here's Sohan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now just a 1-point Bulls lead.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Isumu, left side.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
This is his second trip to the line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. A different look for San Antonio. Ingram comes in for Minix. And Fox is subbed in for Vassell. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Their lead could be even bigger right now, but their efficiency from the line has dropped off a little.
That puts him in the lead. Ingram's got his first 3 points of the game. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight.
San Antonio leading.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Isumu outside. Okoro left side. Jacks up a 3. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's De'Aaron Fox making highlights for San Antonio. 27 on the night. He's had it his way. More 2K action in just a moment. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to shoot it. If he does, just stay down on him.
Yeah, Coach Donovan conveying the scouting report to his guys.
Knowing your opponent's plays is important. On the money right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Ayo Dosunmu out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Buzelis. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Okoro in at small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Shoots from the line.
Look, Giddey can guard a number of positions. He's big enough, mobile enough, and he's intelligent.
Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Now Fox. Sohan outside. Clock at 6. From 13. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time. And the Spurs lead by 4.
I guess he got a really good pep talk in the locker room because it's been a total reversal this half.
Collins finds Kitty. And here's Okoro. The three. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 8 assists here tonight.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Sohan, right side. Buries it down low. Sohan's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the paint is Sohan's go-to area as a scorer. He feels emboldened to attack inside.
Bulls trail by 3. Here's Dosunmu. Pass to Buzelis. Okoro outside. Dosunmu outside. To tie it up. Rebounded by Fox. Fox has got 5 rebounds tonight. From deep, Harper. Chicago grabs the miss.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
And that one's good. Giddey.
Another one for Giddey. His confidence level has been sky high tonight, looking to score the ball.
Pass to Harper. They set the screen. Let's go with a 3. Collins with the rebound. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Bulls. They trail by 1. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. The 3 from Okoro. Fires in the triple. Okoro's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, he's already hit more threes since halftime than he did in the whole first half. He might have figured something out.
The shot by Johnson, no good. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 or 5 attempts. Oh, my goodness!
Look, that is some power.
Yeah. Looking agile on the attack, it's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Chicago making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Cornette's checked in for San Antonio. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. Coach asked his team, can anyone knock down a 3? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making 3s. Missing? Not so much. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. To the inside. Poke loose. San Antonio moving the ball around. Ooh, Fox making him pay from deep.
Fox doesn't let it fly out of the corner too often, but he is more than capable of drilling it from there.
Picked by Vucevic. Pass to Buzelis. Rebounded by Fox. Fox has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Back to Sohan. Now here's Fox. Defense is right there. Can't hit that one. Here's Dosunmu to the paint. Buzelis. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Just good, aggressive play by Buzelis. Not shying away from some physicality inside.
Fox, the pass to Johnson. To the middle. Here's Cornette. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Dosunmu outside. Inside. Sohan left side. They now take the lead. Sohan's got 10 points in just the second half. Chicago has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Pass to Vucevic. to Dosunmu. 5 to shoot. From downtown, Vucevic's shot is off. The Spurs have gone 5 of 11 so far in the fourth. Outside Johnson. Fox outside. Pass to Sohan. Puts up a 3. Okoro, the defensive effort. Throws it up high.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Here's Giddey. Vucevic, a screen on Fox. Giddey passes to Vucevic. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And we know Fox can score, but they're showing how capable a passer he is as well.
And so here is Chicago. Left side, Giddey. Down low. Here's Vucevic. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Spurs lead by 3. Inside, Sohan. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They're really working the paint now.
The Bulls have gone 7 for 11 so far in the fourth. Pass to Okoro. By himself. Oh,
Look out.
Wow!
Oh, my goodness.
Well, good defense by Sohan. Quick hands for the steal and gets it quickly up the court.
Now here's Giddey. Up and in on the layup. Giddey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
Pass to Sohan. Now here's Johnson. Six on the shot clock. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. Bulls trail by 5. Here's Okoro. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Buzelis has tremendous court vision for his age and is willing to make the extra pass.
San Antonio's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Here's Sohan. Pass to Harper. The 3. He drops it from range.
I just love the ball movement.
Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Dosunmu, right side. Three-pointer, Buzelis. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
You love their effort. They've owned the glass tonight.
The shot by Sohan, no good. The Bulls shooting at about 51% for the game so far in this one. Giddey scanning the floor. Now Vucevic. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
Those are some veteran instincts there by Vooch, knowing the situation and giving his team needed points.
Timeout called. Mitch Johnson. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
For Chicago, Smith, he's checked in for Buzelis. Herter comes in for Okoro. And it's White in for Dosunmu. Devin Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. Castle comes in for Harper. And here's Castle. Vassell, a screen on White. Now Vassell, let's loose for 3. Yes, sir, with the 3.
Looking to find the rhythm he had in the first half. That's now his 4th three-pointer of the game.
Bulls trail by 7. Outside White. Here's Vucevic.
Well, that's a veteran move right there. Vucevic so good with that shot.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Well, with his rebounding and scoring, Vucevic is a nightly double-double threat.
Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so Vucevic nails both of them.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
And Fox has got the ball here for the Spurs. It's a 5-point game. Rebounded by Vucevic. Chicago has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the 4th. Here's Giddey. Vucevic in the post. Cornet defending. Yes! Using that window!
Look to a machine like Vooch when you need him most. He's a reliable offensive option who comes through for his club.
Spins. Fox against Giddey. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, he jammed it!
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
The Bulls trail by 5. Outside Giddey. Vucevic. And yes, sir! In stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist.
Big Vooch with a big bucket. That is clutch.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the 4th. Fox. Here's Barnes. Ooh, stolen by Smith. White.
And if you can't force the turnover on that play, then that's not a bad foul.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that brings him within 2 here. White hits them both. 52 seconds left in the game.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And it's the Bulls' ball. White with a screen on Fox. Here's Vucevic. Giddey outside. Now White down to 5 on the shot clock. No! They're unable to get the tying basket there. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet. 3-point lead. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker.
This is a huge spot for Castle here.
And he ends up making the second. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. They're down by 4. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
trailing by 4. Herder. The 3 is in.
That was a big possession for this offense, putting their trust in Herder.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
What composure at the line, forcing your opponent to look for the three-pointer now.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get it quickly.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he's able to hit the second one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Giddey fires! Booyah! He sinks the triple!
Wow, they needed that from Josh Giddey. Huge basket.
And now they foul and stop the clock. So the first one drops, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. So he comes up empty, missing both. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now for our player of the game.